The Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs. The Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs.
All right, welcome to the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs. What an exciting day we have. My friend JC, I've never met JC, but we've been friends many years, and I finally got to meet him in person. He's in St. Louis. JC on set, in the studio here on the Artists United Network. And my buddy John, thank you, John, for managing him. And John's been taking him around, so John picked him up from the airport. And you got 8 podcasts. You're going to be with Zoe on Zoe's show.
Yeah.
Keenan's going to do an interview. You just did an interview with A.G. Shaw, so you should have did me first, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
He cut in line.
Yeah,
he met us at the airport. He was there. He was there quick.
I know. So that's awesome. First off, let's just talk about how you came on and you met with the Artists United Network. What was the first podcast you remember watching? And I think I reached out. I don't know what you did. You commented on some of the videos. I could tell you were watching. You're almost kind of like a John story. And then we reached out. And we just hit it off or whatever. Kind of like, what's the first thing you saw with Artists United Network that caught your eye?
I seen you on the street doing your filming and the film stuff.
When you were living in St. Louis?
Yeah. No. This is new to me. It was new to me. The way you were putting out your promotion on the street with the camera and the donuts.
Oh, okay.
That era.
Okay. Yeah, the Dancing for Donuts.
Dancing with Donuts really caught my eye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I mean, with the overall tone and what you were doing, it just instantly caught my eye, and I just knew I just knew I wanted to connect with the whole group and just see what it was about. I pretty much grew up in St. Louis. I grew up in St. Louis. I met a lot of artists. I've been to the concerts. I met a lot of managers, promoters. Been to Pops, Fubar, name it.
Well, how did you get so what turned you on to the St. Louis music scene? Because a little backstory about you is you used to live in St. Louis. You did a lot with the music scene back in the day. What year was that when you were doing your stuff with the music scene over there in Illinois and different places? What?
I started the music around 2004. I lived with my dad. I just got out of Job Corps. I was doing apprentice painting and ended up going with a karaoke group. So ended up doing karaoke for a few years. I said, this karaoke thing's fun, but I want to make music. That's what I did. So I put my foot forward. I stepped out there and started meeting people.
So, what's some of the artists that you met, early on?
Man, Preach, of course.
Okay,
the man.
Preach was around back then. Okay, because some of these people come and go. They pass through the wind.
Rucka Puff.
Okay.
I met him when he was Zeus.
Right. No, you met when he was Rucka Puff.
I went Rucka. I never met him in person, though. I was a big fan of Rucka and what he was doing.
I remember him back in the day with Riverfront Radio and those types of
turkey,
ham, turkey, ham.
Yeah.
That was one of my all-time favorites. Me and Chad used to go out and watch him perform. We also watched Local Kings, Raw Elements. There's some definitely the day ones. Hitman Yates, from my day ones. I mean, there's only a few left of them around. RDG, just Strings.
Strings was around back then?
No, but that's new. Strings is new.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just thinking artists that was back then in 2005. It's still
5 is a little too long. I don't know. It was a blur. Hitman was there.
I think John will comment on this. Hitman's one of the underrated probably artists out there. Wouldn't you say, John?
Super underrated. He's incredibly talented.
Are we looking to do a review here or what?
Lil Hitta is phenomenal.
Yeah, he is.
Cause I'm hood rich with a capital H. Yeah, he's.
Well, he just came out with some new stuff. I hear, and he's doing some.
He's got something coming up his sleeve. Actually, Chad produced a track, 808 Merc from Abnormal Sounds. His Hitman's recorded to that, and it's coming out hopefully it comes out as a single or it's on his new album coming up. I Hit a Man's album. So
He's a champion.
Stay tuned. Hit a Man Yates. So he's the type of artist that has that niche to where you could put him in a ring, do a whole film on him, music video in a boxing ring, and put that brand out there.
So you started making music back in 2005, started making your own beats, and then what was some of the first artists you started working with?
Man, I did a little work with Seneca. He came over to the house. Black Flag Cartel. I don't know if you guys heard of him back in the day. He used to have a clothing line too as well, a female's clothing line, and that kind of drawed me into that. So it wasn't just the music that enticed me to reach out to the artist, but it was also a development and progress.
So, like for the people back there, I remember making my beats because I used to make beats for video on a thing called Asset Pro and the digital. So how did you make your first set of beats? And John, jump in on this too back in the day because I know you've been around. You got some gray hairs there, so you've been around.
Go ahead, Jason. Are you asking? Yeah, go ahead.
Sony Asset Pro, I think, put me on the game. Then Reasons. So Reasons cool because you got to learn the sort of like the development of the engineering.
And
you
switching chords around,
switching chords around, and I think that was a basis for the foundation of what I was trying to achieve at that time.
Yeah, I used Acid too, and then also Reason and Pro Tools. Big on Pro Tools. I was a huge Pro Tools.
Is Pro Tools still like top dog, or are they not top dog anymore?
Industry standard.
They're industry standard, but FL. A lot of the industry still uses Pro Tools, but a lot of the industry also uses FL Studios now too.
Yep.
So Fruity Loops has definitely picked up majorly.
It's Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops with Metro Boomin. Yeah, he got that nice little sponsorship, and it boomed.
I believe Fruity Loops was around back then.
It just wasn't that good.
Yeah, it was just a.
But now it has AI.
Yeah.
It has track separation, and it has a cloud now that you can. It's a satellite cloud, pretty much like a satellite cloud. It has a bunch of different sounds you can go through and samples now based off of a subscription or whatnot, for as I've seen. And then the main program I've been using to record music is PreSonus. I have all the perpetual licenses for that, and I've been around. I've had their license since 2012, I think. Mm-hmm. So I bought into their company, and now they have built an incredible, platform for creators, not just musicians. You can put video in there, and you can do your movie scores. You can film scoring over it, and it has you can treat it like karaoke. You can put your lyrics in there, and it does the lyrics. What else it have on there? It has a lot, it has like these separations. So like you do your project, and then you do your song, you build your song, and then you go over the project tab, and then you import everything from that song. But if you miss something in the project, because the project is like a whole catalog of 7 songs, so you can import songs into that project. And if you hear something's too loud, you can instantly go into that project while mixing and mastering.
Wow.
Right then and there. You don't have to open and close nothing.
Yeah, that's what's up. My new stuff I've been using is all native instruments. So I use the machine software, and I love it. Yeah. It's perfect for making instrumentals. If you're not using a lot of, it's a good sample machine,
Yeah.
But I don't do a lot of sampling. I've been using
I'm a big sampler for short form is on the come up.
Yeah.
I could put out 30.
It's already come up.
It's already came out. What am I talking about? Yeah. I'm just stop being modest. That's how I am. I'm very modest on some of these things, just because you have to be. You have to be particular. The mindset that you're focusing on all this stuff. But short form, I want to get over here and I want to talk about this, because short form is important, because somebody over here could be doing 30 short form songs while someone over here is only doing 2 full songs, and it's like, well, I already put out 30 promos. Like,
right.
How many follows did I gain? I don't even need streaming, right? Really, because streaming's last. Like it's like the publishing and they put it on the pedestal for you to learn it. So I feel like short form is the next biggest thing, and then invest, because when you see your analytics and the songs that really go viral on the algorithm, you begin to think, well, why didn't I maybe put a little bit more value into the songs that I'm writing, or really try to be relatable instead of being like a lot of the rap music is more, you were talking about this, we were talking about this is more sinister, more, not really developed around a personal problem. It's more pain
or
point.
real life experience.
Or real life experience. It's more pain point, more jab this, jab that.
Right.
Why have a jab when your next door neighbor is making all those followers and
right.
you're still,
and that's only possible. Short form's really only possible now because quality and quantity.
Yes.
Quality is going to be good because of the softwares that are out now that kind of give you good quality presets.
Yeah.
So you can do short form now. Back in the day, you couldn't really, because quality is important. You couldn't do a whole lot of short form because you want to be able to pick quality over the quantity, But now you can do it, pump out good quality stuff quickly.
Yeah, because there's samples.
So I agree with that.
You can generate licenses. See, in the publishing world, you can generate licenses for that particular sound. So if it goes big, you already have the license, you can prove it. And it goes back to what Dustin was talking about earlier in our previous conversation years ago. How are we going to secure? How are we going to protect? Well, publishing, having that on lock, making sure that you can secure not only the sample, but who's it is to have the license. So when someone goes, okay, now who do we pay? I would rather get famous and big on short form than pay my dues instead of getting sued for $10 million and none of it be mine, and then someone else profiting. Because that's what's happening. They're letting people do that. Because
they'll just come back on the back end and get you.
Yeah, it's the back end. It's the back end that really is hurting.
They'll let you do all the work and all the footwork.
Right.
And get
Once
there.
you start getting traction, your song becomes a hit, and they'll come back. They'll come back for their check. Yeah.
Yeah, they wait.
Yeah.
See, I make samples and stuff. Do you upload any of your samples anywhere?
I have a sample. Actually, good that you said that. I have a sample CD, Abnormalities from Abnormal Sounds. Me and Chad, we put that together. So, Chad Chip. Chip. Not a lot of people don't know him. He's kind of works. I micromanage him, kind of like you're micromanaging me. So with him, it's all about the raw take too as well. People don't see him much often because I don't know. There's this brick wall, I guess, in between creators sometimes and in the industry, and sometimes our focus is more on the credibility in the city or who and he don't really know anybody like that.
But he's got good quality
He's
and
got
quantity.
Good quality, yeah. It's because he's being mentored by Demolished Beats. So nice. that I don't put his business out there, but I'm allowed to say that. So he's being mentored, and he's had his ups and downs like we all have, and it's just astounding to me what he's done, but it needs to be out there. And I kind of led us up to right now, and kind of what we're doing in the day ones. Look out for that. Look out for Artists United, Abnormal Sounds, music from our day ones. We're really, really pushing the communication too, and the short form.
What do you guys think with AI? Because you said something about quality and quantity. I mean, AI is going to be able to make people's engineering and mixing. It's going to do it for them, and which is going to make it more saturated the market because there's going to be so much more music out there.
I think it's going to take jobs away from a lot of people, but at the same time, I think it's the right people. I think they're going to step into it, embrace it, and it's going to bring their jobs up.
It is. We were talking about this earlier, kind of. It's off the subject, but short-term revenue. producers are looking for short term, and I think that's more on a like borrowed. It depends on like if you're known very well, you're gonna get paid. But if you're just an upcoming producer, it's short form money, or it's short term money. I mean, with the foundation that artists are building, publishing. I think publishing is important. I think that aspect in business, and once they learn that, I think the overall of that will go away. Because, like you said, quality, and AI is you can. I don't like stem separation. I don't like it. I feel like it takes away from Chad, like my friend, because he does a lot of original stuff. He's very exclusive. He doesn't let people know his style and why he does things. So like when someone takes he's had his beat stolen quite a few times, and we've had to assess that in the back end on his distribution. So pulling those claims were really hard back in the day with Symphonic, because and it still is now. But you face a conflict whenever someone says it's theirs, because like DistroKid will pull it off. It's instantly until that as soon as that NOI comes in, notice of intent, a takedown, you can't bring it up until you establish that license or the proof of copyright, or if you have an administrator. So you really have to dig deep on that. And it's just important to make sure that all that's registered.
Yeah, I've seen now that they're able to I saw a Trump rap a song. Obviously, Trump didn't go in the booth and rap that song, but it's kind of crazy. And I also heard a fake Taylor Swift song before, how they can AI people's voices.
That's the.
They did it with Justin
Bieber. They
do
it. It started. I seen that. I don't know exactly the formula, but there's a way you could do it through Google Drive. There's a file that you can upload to Google Drive, and then you can download the code and stuff from Reddit or something.
There's something where you can AI can do your voice. You just have to talk for 30 seconds.
Oh yeah,
it's
you have to read a
TikTok
script.
app.
Yeah, some platforms have that.
So it can, for example, that whole Puff Daddy thing that was going on, they had Justin Bieber release a song talking about what had happened to him, but it wasn't really Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And I think
it went viral too. It got
I'm sure
a lot of attention.
Who else was that? There was a female singer.
It's kind of scary when you think about it.
No, it's scary. I just saw a video where Trump was fighting with Jill Biden, and then the other video I saw, they were starting making out at the last event or whatever, and they were just sitting next to each other. But the AI, they can do it. They can have Trump and Biden fight or whatever. But
Mike Tyson and Jake Paul did that. They did that to him.
Right, they did that shit too. But the thing is that the common person is not. My mom would watch that and think that Trump,
it was real, right?
It was real.
And Trump got in trouble for playing music. He's got a couple things. He's played it 250 times.
They're getting paid on that shit. It's stupid that they can say who can play their music and who can't. Once you put it out there, as long as you're getting paid from, what's it called?
Organization. It just depends. You were talking about
a DJ. You can't play this song. Well, you pay the whatever. What's that?
Royalties
AMI or something.
Well, you have a web
BMI, ASCAP.
Performance wise, you get to check from performance from BMI or ASCAP if you're in the United States.
They're paying the fees and they're paying for the music. As long as they're paying for the music, it's bullshit that they can pick who can play their song or not. That's fucking bullshit.
Well, if you're gonna cover, I mean, it would be easier. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be easier to cover a song and pay for that at song clearance or at where else can we cover it? Oh, Harry Fox, for example. It'd be create the account. Pay him $120, be done with it. Don't fight it. Don't be cheap. Just
every network kind of has their own song bank. Like TikTok, they have songs that they let you use,
and those are registered. Those are registered.
YouTube does, and
stuff
Artist United Network should do something like that. You should do a music submission, and people that own their music should be able to submit, and then you should have a platform where people can use those songs.
I mean, you could do it. You can do it. It's just I think it's the amount of what type of where you want to go. How far are you willing? Like, what are you trying to do? Like, what's your overall goal?
All right.
Is it to help musicians? And I know it hasn't been discussed, but we can make it short here. But if you were to open up a distribution service for Artists United, you could have film, music, you know, the list goes on. Advertise, like you can license all that music to what you're doing. Like people can get paid, and then on the back end they can use it on wherever. Like they come here, licensing, secure it.
Something you need to set up, not on the website built with Wix. You'd have to set up a website and build some kind of app. And it'd be a lot of back pages to set all that.
Well, I think if you're looking at it as a whole, if anything like if by law copyright, if you copyright it here, if you record it here, or if it's you can transfer it to here, you can consult it and administer it under the correct IPs and have your publishing company set up and all that. It's possible.
Well,
one name could literally, and could be one name. It could go. The entire Midwest would be.
Poor man copyright's still a thing too, so you can
but
you can mail it to yourself, and
I've never
stamp.
believed in it though.
It works as long as you don't open your package up.
Yeah, I still have my DVD with the Rise of Jake Thomas. It's 22 years old. It's still
in there.
So if anybody ever takes that, you can.
What
was it distributed? A UPC code and everything.
Well, the post office stamps
Nobody's
it.
going to steal that thing anyway.
Well, if they did, then if the post office stamps it, it's government stamped. You know,
by copyright it. You can still copyright it for $35.
Well, yeah, but then you could just take you know, if anybody ever stole it, you just show up to court and the judge would open up the envelope, and that's how that goes. That's how they do those poor man copyrights. As you mail it to yourself,
or over my pay grade.
Yeah.
I don't ever mess with that. I don't even. As long as I don't think about stuff like that, like the shortcut.
And it's just the price of the stamp.
Yeah, the price.
Or
of the
notary.
stamp.
You can get notary copyrights too.
So living in St. Louis, you were doing music, and then what made you leave St. Louis? You were involved with the music scene.
It was COVID.
Oh, you left during COVID?
I left right before COVID.
You left right before COVID?
Like the month when people online were like, "We're dying here," I left. Went straight. Sort of.
Straight to where did you from here?
Back to my brother's.
Which is like Washington, D.C. area or Virginia?
West Virginia, yep.
And so then you just went locked down at your brother's house in the basement or something?
Well, I went, we did our lockdown, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Because I used to do that back in the day, in the Stone Age. A viral. They'd build their own huts, just go and separate, but it still killed people. You know, I mean.
I know. I don't
like they built huts, like their families.
all the time here, yeah.
Literally, their families would go and build huts to separate everyone to see if they can control it. It never worked.
Yeah, I mean.
So, but it was worth a shot. When I read that, I read a lot about some different things.
When you were in Washington D.C., did you mix with people in Washington D.C. with the music scene there, or were you just mainly St. Louis? And my question is going to be: did you notice the difference with the St. Louis scene and then I'll say Virginia scene?
And like technology wise,
no, just
advancements.
With the
with the people? No, it's the same. It's really the people are the same. It's just different food, different type of rhythm, tone, speed. Like one of my favorite things that I like about DC area is the go-go music. So I started incorporating go-go into my Midwest style.
What's enlighten me.
I don't really know a lot about it. I just stuck with it. I didn't like.
So the
go-go is I can't explain it. You have to witness it for yourself. Like it's like a lot of bongos, jazz, blues.
But there's musicians out there, local musicians, and things trying to do their own stuff out there.
Yes, in Charleston.
In Charleston, okay.
Wait, no, yeah, Charleston. Yeah, there's not really a big scene. It's open market up there, open season.
So then, what did you say about the St. Louis scene?
So I stuck with St. Louis.
Yeah.
just, how was I going to be able to create a road?
Because it's oversaturated.
I wouldn't say.
You think it's oversaturated?
Everybody says
yeah.
that because someone else says that. It's like a gas station.
But it really is. It really is. Well, I have a recording studio out here, and I've recorded like everybody you've listed off so far. I've worked with or recorded with, you know,
of course.
And but they're at the level that they are because of their consistency, and they're continuing to do it, and they're raw talent. But there's so many people that they inspire that come on board, and that just oversaturates it like to the next level. They might have great graphics and great this or great that, and then you listen to them and they're horrible, but they've already oversaturated, took away from this concert or that concert. Or
well, what's really the
I mean, studios will still take their money, you know, and a lot of, with all this new technology, they could record a whole album from their phone, and with AI stepping in,
BandLab,
you know,
and all that, but.
Like, for example, here's another one. Dustin Diggs started his podcast, and like I've been watching forever. I started off as just a super fan of the podcast, and everybody I seen coming on the podcast, at least 3/4 of everybody on the podcast went home and started their own podcast.
Yep.
So it's just oversaturated because someone will see a lane, they'll step in that lane, they like the way that lane feels, and they'll take off in that lane, but their consistency is really garbage. So if that's why it's oversaturated, because then someone else will step into their place, and it just keeps going.
But then what seems like with all the musicians, and even what you're saying with the podcast, people like hit a brick wall. They see other people's lanes, they might do the same thing, and then it seems like it's always a wall for all these people, because you said, oh, I worked with this person, you worked with that person. It's like they jump from person to person. They just keep going in this circle
of the same people, right?
But they don't really get outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, what tools you think is lacking that some of these musicians can't get to the next step?
Amplification, personification,
money,
marketing money. Point of contact.
Or just the confidence in spending the money in the right places. Well, you know, they might have the money, but they don't want to
just because I can work with somebody constantly and the consistency can be up to par, doesn't mean that artist is, everyone likes that artist, everyone's going to their, you know, the clubs, selling out tickets, doesn't mean they have that personification and that amplification that we need to succeed to their brand.
Or personality, period. Like, you got some artists that are out here that want to be the center of attention. They're not team players, you know.
Well, that's not their fault.
Well, it is to an extent.
It is because
we rise by lifting others, you know what I mean?
Right,
so you get to where you're going by, you know, being supportive of your peers, you know. So if you're trying to be the hot dog, which you're already the hot dog, there's a humbleness factor that comes with the superstars, you know.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to be the hot dog, you're eventually, you know, gonna fall off because nobody really wants to work with you, you know.
Look at Greg, look at Mookie, Sapphire Phoenix, look at Rip James, look at Preach.
I like Rip James and I like Preach, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know the other guys, but I know they
all have this comfort zone. Like, you can see they're chill.
Right.
And the reason why they're chill is because they're okay. They're okay with their music and where they're at.
Are they though? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we're all.
I don't think anybody's okay.
I think when it comes down to it, confidence levels are all-time low when you don't have followers, when you don't have a foundation, you know. So you could see that. I really believe you can see that.
I think. Well, I don't think these people watch, but I think Rip James is his own worst enemy with his ups and downs or whatever. That guy is super talented, but
incredibly talented,
great songwriter.
But he has a lot of stuff going on in the basement or whatever. Preach might be something where it's what you're saying with money. If he just had the right marketing with money to push him something, because he has a really good following and he's real solid, and his new music's really good. Some of his new stuff that I don't even think he's
super good yet. Yeah.
And I think that if it had the right company that just pushed him or whatever, I think he would be
maybe a I'm ever.
Same thing. Strings. I think Strings is on his way too, but Strings is super solid. But it's something like what you're saying is money might be it. So
no, money's not an issue for him. I already know that because
spend it the right
members,
way. If you look, what John says, spend it the right way. I'm not
right. It just depends on what their needs, the value of the artist's needs are, and let's just for example.
And if they all work together, like if they all came together, and instead of like just once a blue moon putting on concerts by a promoter putting them together, like Frost Money getting them all together. It takes more than just that.
It takes more than a promoter.
If they all started organizing their own essential network, the talented ones here that have something to offer each other, and they utilize, one person has the fan base but the other one's way talented, and they utilize those things to build each other up, they could grow too a lot faster.
Well, I agree, but then also like I watched a documentary about Seattle back in the early 90s, and it had like people like that town had a hunger for like local music. And I don't feel like when I go to these local shows, everybody in the audience are other musicians watching musicians on stage, which fucking pisses me off about St. Louis, because if you actually had a city that was like into like local art, which some there and some art in St. Louis, but like local music art,
like New Orleans.
Right.
For an example.
Right. You have people that would just want to go to see local artists, and you don't really, I mean, there's some people there that do that, but majority of the people I see at these shows are other inspiring musicians. It's like doing a podcast where all my followers watching are other people want to do a podcast. Like it's cool, but I'd rather have just Joe Schmo, Mr. Average Joe watching. Right. It's just like, I just want to listen to this guy because he's funny or whatever.
I'd like to start seeing him doing different kinds of showcases. Like Thrush, I've seen him at wineries. I've seen him, really he's really talented. He can play the guitar. He does a Britney Spears thing.
He's for hire. I mean, these guys are songwriters and players.
Well, I'll tell you, I said this to Frost Money when he was on the podcast, because I went to there's a bunch of Comic Cons in St. Louis. We just went to one that was in I forgot what con it was, but it was the one in Belleville or whatever. Or Collinsville, and they had a music night there, and they had fucking 500 people go, and it was just a local show or whatever, and they need to tap into shit like that where it cross promotes, because you had 500 people there, weren't inspiring musicians that just came because, hey, I'm at this con, I want to go to this live event this night. And the whole fucking auditorium was packed, 500 people.
And they weren't all artists sitting next to each other.
They weren't artists at all. I mean, they were people
there for the event.
But they would, like somebody like Frost Money would fucking kill with his like blow up downs, or even Hittermain. If Hittermain fucking went up there with his belt and did it,
he would kill it.
I really think absolutely kill it. I think Hitterman has more of a hit factor potential.
Yeah, I think he's on. If he gets put in the right position, he's it.
Wise.
He's got great character too. His personalities. He could have a TV show. I would watch a Hitterman TV show.
He got
if he's managed.
What I'm impressed with him is
I think he's a free agent. I don't think he's getting managed by nobody. He does everything.
Yeah, he's always pretty much been doing everything on his own grind,
He seems like a guy that has endurance, and that's what I'm impressed with him, because like he works out and like he has a routine. Anybody that works out like that he
keeps a job.
A figure like that has a routine in their life because it's a lifestyle change. Yes,
and his music is good.
Acting as well. Like he played a few roles in the market of these battles, and he does his thing. He gets on live, and he's like, "Oh, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you." Like he really tries to amplify that whole character.
There's a couple of them, and that's what I meant by like they working together. Is like some of them might have a different audience,
Right.
So then they bring their audience, like Rocky, Russell Harris. He has a humongous audience. Now he's doing boxing stuff. He goes and fights at boxing matches and stuff.
Russell and them need to contact if he's got access to a ring.
Yeah, so
because I talked to him about some scenes.
Yeah,
to portray his.
Well, I know he's just boxing for like I don't know what boxing federation. I'm not in that world, but he does like actual boxing events, and he's really good at boxing. Like, but he's a rapper and he's really good at rapping too. So he has that record studio out in St. Charles. I think it's called the Rec Room or something.
Yeah,
but he has a big following. So, and the people that come to his showcases aren't other rappers and stuff. So, but if he put a showcase together with with like Rip James and some of these other artists and did a consistent thing, then they would build the fan base off of each other. You know what I mean? And so I agree. It is when it's oversaturated when you go to a rap concert as a rapper and you're performing for other rappers, then it's almost like a competition versus a concert, you know?
Right.
And
yeah, it's like when the stand-up comedians go to like open mic, it's everybody in the audience is other comedians waiting to get on and do their 5 minutes. It's like, and then you're performing your jokes, and those people aren't going to laugh at your jokes because they're jealous or whatever.
Right.
So you ain't even going to get the love that you get. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Or it's not real love; they're just fake loving it so that you laugh at their joke.
That's another thing. Like I've studied like stage performance with him. And with the promoters, like hit it and I watched, you know, and I would really like to see some sort of, if I could have one, like my own opinion on things, and a lot of people don't take my opinions very seriously, but I need a midway act somewhere. I need to cool down with all that excitement, all that rap. That's how I feel. Because if you can get the crowd, artists talk about the performance, stage presence, and things like that. Not saying that the whole shimmy bang there's no middle ground, but having like 2 middle acts, it's okay. Bring in a band real quick. Step in a band. Play some stuff that everyone likes. Like it's okay to.
You were talking about a chick that plays a jazz instrument or something, or does she was talking about maybe bringing her on the show out here in St. Louis. You would just
Asian Marie,
something like that in the middle of a hip hop concert.
So like I get all giggly when I find a new artist because I'm sitting there watching. I'm back and I'm like, okay, this is tempting me. Shit, how should I play this? And that goes back to the rule of contact. Like, what's the rule for contact? You contact one person. If they have a group, don't mess with anyone else. Just make sure that you and that one person, because it puts this brick wall up where, you know, some of those problems don't occur. Like, oh, he's trying to steal my artist, or, you know, whatever regular problems you have in the city for music. Like, we still see it. Like, it's tempting. So I send her stuff from Artists United, and I said, you're in the city. Well, you come, you know, do a podcast. We can do a remote podcast first, or you can go talk to the core. And that's all I said.
Yeah,
and then
I reached
somebody, a beat producer. I ran into a beat producer of hers, Ollie Johnson, which connects with bigger people, the radio, things like that. So, like, it's all the same. It's the same. You can get to it. You just have to play that contact. Right.
Boils down to we rise by lifting others.
It does. It always does. And that's why
that's what John wants on his gravestone, by the way.
He's putting it on his gravestone.
Later on.
When John dies, I'm going to chisel that shit.
That's right.
Chisel that shit on that.
See, I hit up Ruby Lynn, and I was asking her to come on the show. I was talking to her about doing
Ruby Lynn or Ruby Lee.
Ruby Lee. I'd
like to see Sapphire
and bring her.
I reached out to her, and then I went back and forth with her dad for like 4 emails, and then he just ghosted me. So I was like, all right, well, I guess he looked at the shit and saw it. I don't know.
Well, I was talking.
He probably would come on now. They should probably come on now because when I hit her up, it was like 2 months, 3 months right after The Voice, and I'm sure her died down a little bit.
See, I met her before The Voice, so that's why I contacted her and I reached out to her, and so. But I just talked to her. I was talking to her yesterday about possibly doing one of these tours because you kind of when you the Rewire tour, which I like the name of it.
Rewire tour.
You know, it kind of rewired my thought process on how I should be doing some
name. I like that name.
Doing some new management stuff, you know, and maybe I can get some other artists, you know, just as like yourself, you know, other talent like yourself, and you know, start pushing them through some of the same things and running them through all the different podcastings and you know,
foundation, running them through the foundation.
So this is kind of like
before pushing them to the market.
Well, I think you two should start your own label. That's what I think. John's the management, and then you could help with the publishing stuff right there.
Yeah, boom. We can do that too all day. I mean,
all day,
boom. We just set up right here. I mean,
I told my boss I was coming down here. I thought he was going to fly down, but unfortunately I didn't. He's not. But told him I wouldn't
send you instead.
I told him, yeah, like it's cool. Like,
I think that'd be good for you, John. I think with the way you are, sometimes you're down on things, and if you manage people and we're able to kind of cater and help some people, I think that'd help you out a lot.
Yeah,
that's my thought.
I do enjoy people and helping people out. So yeah,
I enjoy the right people. But I'll tell you what, I ran out John earlier. This is one of the things I've been doing this for 3 years, and there are so many fucking shit bags that you got to deal with this shit.
Oh yeah,
god damn! I just like
it is.
There's like fucking one gold nugget out of 10 shit bags you got to deal with in this town.
Right.
Christian music is making a huge come up.
Oh yeah,
massive. So that's something I'm really
it's
interested
a new market
in.
I'm getting into right now, actually, with my Top Cat.
Doing children's worship at our church.
Well, I think with what happened with the election and stuff, not to get political, but I think a lot of people are bringing faith back into a lot of things because I think it kind of got shunned for the last 4 or 5 years. So I think faith is. Right, it's probably making a comeback. Yeah.
It's making a huge comeback right now.
Actually, it is. Like I'm going through the phase. Well, I won't tell my religion, but I am faithful. There's some things I'm changing in my life, and I feel like humility is something that we have to understand. Personal reflection on where we're at, what we want to be, and how we make our decisions within wherever we're at in life. If it's in a relationship problems, to the music industry, having that confidence and being able to come out here and show the world, hey, you're a real person. It's not all about TikTok anymore, or it's not all about these different things. Like, because to get better in the music business, your mind has to be focused in a certain way. It's that rewire. You have to be focused. You have to eat vegetables. You have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You have to go to sleep at 9:30 or whatever, or 10. When you're not touring, you need to, you're embodying the relationship between you and what you believe. If it's God, if it's your own humility, if it's if it's personal, and it's super abstract for everyone. Everyone goes through a different process.
I was just saying what I was saying is encourage some of these artists to go to church, catch the Holy Spirit, and go home and write a banger.
They don't even, they can go. And that's one thing that I teach artists too as well. I want to speak on this because this is good. Agency. When you take someone else's agency, and that has to do with faith too, is you subtract from their passion and their beliefs, and that brings no value to the table. So it's okay to have an open conversation. It's okay to play the good guy or the bad guy if you're an actor, but being able to understand where you're going and having the vision and the why is probably the most important thing, and your intention going into the network, whatever niche you are. Forward go communication. That's how I feel. Yeah, man. It's good.
No, I think you should do the Christian music, though, John.
Oh, he's already doing it.
Holy, holy, holy.
Holy, holy.
Yeah, see? Yep. See, it's already in there. I got another one, too, that I was working on. So, like, I'm not trying to be famous or nothing no more. Back when I was doing my, original
2 weeks
music,
ago he was, but not anymore, yeah.
Well, I'm not. Even then. Even then. And it doesn't really matter when you change your life, It's like you see it all change, and then it just kind of starts happening for you.
Yeah.
Like, I stopped, like, dwelling on the fact that I didn't know my dad and all that stuff and being upset that he never reached out to me. I stopped doing it. Thanksgiving, I sent a message, said happy Thanksgiving, knowing he probably ain't going to see it or nothing, or respond to it. And I just gave it to God. And literally a few days later, now calls me and tells me good morning and, got some catch up and stuff, and I'm meeting siblings and stuff that I never met before. So I was just letting everything be in God's hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have 11 siblings. I'm the 12th one.
Nice.
5 of them were found by my mom before she passed, 2003. and my father passed 2 months after that.
Nice.
So
to clarify, you're adopted.
I am adopted.
So your mom, like your adopted mom, found him.
Yeah, my adopted.
Yeah. Say your birth mom, shouldn't she know?
My birth mom died like a couple years before my adopted mom died. That's how we found out, is through the obituary.
Yeah.
On paper, and then, well, that's some of it. That's how my mom, I think, reached out finally.
So your real mom had 11 kids, or your step?
My blood, the real mom.
Biological.
My biological. There it is.
She had 11 kids, or your dad?
Yeah. No, I have multiple.
Man, she was busy, man.
I would say it was a food stamps, the government money or something, because that's.
Why
would you have that many? It's a question that we
walking
can.
On the street, and all of a sudden, oh fuck! I got another kid popped out
every year for 11 years.
You're lucky though. You got adopted. I see that.
Lucky.
You have it good, man. You got people in your life that love you, and you love them.
Yeah, it's because I made it that way.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. It was, Jeremy has excuses back in the day. Poor, mistreated, whatever. But to come to realize I think when you go through changes and people die and you get older, you become, okay, well, fucking, I'm not that redheaded stepchild that you think I thought I was.
And you're the 12th out of 12?
I have. Well, we only know of the 5. We didn't.
I got a funny joke.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the 12th guy just walked in. He opened the door and he just set his sperm right there and shut the door. That vagina was like a beat up by 12.
Sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at that.
No, it is.
He vacuumed my mom up, all right? So, I mean, she probably, it beats it into the carpet. So,
yeah, why beat yourself about something? When you're strong, when you can take that humility, it becomes a new world.
Well, I'm just too.
I wanted to, because people see I'm serious. I am very serious. I have ADHD. I get real depressed too, and I am on meds. So we talked about that. A little bipolar every now and then, but isn't everyone? Like,
were you ever in any group homes?
I ran away from group homes.
What group homes? How old were you when you were in group homes?
Before I was 6.
Before you were 6?
4, 5. I probably was in a couple years worth of group homes, and then I went foster care, and then I went through a bunch of families.
Because I understand, I understand where you come from, because I was in a lot of group homes too, but I was in there after the age of 6, so I was like 7 when I was in my first group home.
So you were still, me and you, we were still there when the law said you can break them up, you can split them apart. Now,
me and my sister were split up.
And that today, I wish it would have happened a lot later.
So you could have a relationship, yeah. I get that, because though I have a dad and I met him and on the phone, at least, it's still like, I call him Pops because it still feels weird to me to call him Dad, or, right. and I still want to show my respect because he brought me into the world, even though I don't know him, but I just don't, that feeling that comes across, I don't know how to say it, like, oh, what's up, Dad? Like, I want to, but it just doesn't come out. It doesn't, whenever that moment, you know what I mean? Because there's no real, like, a relationship still being built. Right. So, but like, I was in a bunch of group homes, and then I went to foster care. I was in a couple foster homes, and they put me right back in group homes. I wasn't a good kid. And then,
I wasn't either.
Yeah. So they put me back in group homes, and then I ended up aging out when I was 21 from group homes because I didn't have a home plan. So they didn't let me go when I was 18. And then, so
went through the whole.
So they let you go at 21. What do they do? Do you give you a suitcase and some money?
No, I had a black trash bag, and one of the staff members gave me $20 and pointed.
They don't give you a check and put you in like a halfway house or something?
Nope, they pointed me to
what they do now.
They pointed me to a homeless shelter is what they did. It was $3 a night to stay there. I stayed there one night, got my shoes stolen. I took my shoes off while I was sleeping. I didn't know that wasn't something you're not supposed to do at a homeless shelter. And then I ended up at Wonderland Camp as the music director. And that's how, and I got to stay there the whole summer, and they actually offered to let me stay there the whole year, but I ended up meeting a buddy out there, Jeremy Alexander, and I call him my brother, you know, and he brought me out to Troy, and I didn't realize he was 16 at the time because he's super tall, like 7 foot tall. He's a big old boy, you know, and so I'm like, sure. He offered me a place to stay, and I'm like, sure. And we pull up, and he's like, this is my mom, and I'm like, what's up? You know? Yeah. And she took me in, and she like considers me like her son, you know, even to this day. And like it was a beautiful situation, honestly. You know, I got a job working at a bar. I was a bouncer and then a bar back, and then got my own place finally, and destroyed that opportunity, and then ended up getting my next place. And
destroy.
Yeah, well, it did. We had an air conditioning unit in the window, and it leaked all on the floor. We were on the top floor of an apartment, and it like ruined the flooring and everything because we never changed it out. And I was ghetto, but wanted to have nice stuff, so I would, you know, take those blankets and stuff, like those fuzzy blankets, and I'd lay them on the floor like they were rugs. I had rope light going up in my hallway into the bedrooms on the flooring. Yeah, it was ghetto, but yeah, we got evicted from that place, and this was over 15 years ago. And then I've been in a few different places since then. I met my wife there at that apartment, though. We've been married ever since there. Yeah.
You go.
So
yeah, I haven't really met anybody, but I mean, it's crossed my mind. I'm
sorry. Just the way you said it. Sorry.
It's all good. You know what? I live in such a character world sometimes that I forget about that. But I have the values and morals and the loyalty and trust and the emotional intelligence, I think, now.
So you're not seeing nobody? You don't have like a girlfriend or nothing?
I haven't seen anybody for like, it's going on almost 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah. After Belleville situation, I am not bringing it up.
He said, "Don't ask no questions."
Actually, we got a surprise for you. Come behind.
What's going on?
Here she is.
We brought her here. Oh.
Where it was 7 years ago? I don't know.
Oh my! No way. Stop playing.
So Frost Money was. We were going to do an interview with Frost Money. I'm only thinking that because you were saying something, but he never got back to me. But he does have an event coming up in like 3 months or something.
Oliver. Or not Mookie. I'm sorry.
Donnie Tsunami is going to be on it. Yeah, he sent me a message giving me free tickets.
What is his name? Hurricane. Another guy. Hurricane something.
HLE Stacks.
They're just a tropical storm group, I guess.
Well, one of them had a really nice call to action, and I was telling Donnie, I said, why don't you just everyone use his call to action so everybody will remember it?
Working together, you see, but there's
what we were talking about.
But the problem is there's not enough humbleness in that scene, man.
I wouldn't say it's humble. I just think it's what wisdom too. You got to put it together like the foundation.
Yeah, there's a humbleness that matters though.
Depending on who you
they
hang out
need to
with.
figure a way to get the common folk to come to these shows, because if not, you just keep playing for the same shit. Though I don't know.
Guarantee if I put $500 down on an event and have a drawing or something, a bunch of people will come out. They want that money.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Or just go where the people are, like the Comic-Cons, and
that's kind of how you persuade people.
The first group that ever came on this podcast, the first music group, they actually paid like a shit ton of money to have Jelly Roll featured, and he came out to do a show or whatever. This is like fucking 10 years ago or something like that, and they had like one of the biggest shows ever. But that's the kind of shit you need to do, is just fucking have somebody all put money in to get some name to come in and do
shows that way, open for them, or cross platform, like the comedy shows. Have a performer at the comedy events, have a performer at like.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone
have comedians at like Keenan does it. Right. Keenan goes to these concerts and he's like hosting these concerts or whatever. But he's getting his name out there big because he's cross platforming.
The energy that's put into thinking about it, the thinking don't get nobody paid. That's the thinking part. You subtract the thinking, and come up with a solution that's fix your communication as well. Like everything don't cost money.
You don't have to think about coming up with a solution. You just,
I mean, you do, but I'm saying like if you're the idea guy,
like
you know,
for example, like the Funny Bone, they have, like you were saying, they
comedy
have
relief,
comedy. So you have all those comedians and stuff in there that are in there being comedians. Like most of your audience is in the bullpit, you know, and so you got all of them up there in the bullpit. Well, now you bring in Hitman Yates to come perform. He ain't doing
like
comedy.
Midway acts. Like
so it's cross-platforming.
Yeah, it's literally cross-marketing to a point, but you also have to format your inbound and outbound strategies.
And they got to work together.
Yeah.
They got to work together.
You got to know what marketing is. You got to know what inbound marketing is.
Right. And they don't have to be superstars. You don't have to bring a celebrity in. You could bring some of these super talented locals in to perform, you know. Or instead of all hip hop concerts, you bring, you know, Ruby in on a hip hop show, you know, and stuff like that. Like I went down to Eminence, Kentucky one time with this guy named Billy Berry, and he had Billy Berry Band was the name of his band, and Geek Money was our name of our hip hop group at the time. And we performed at this country music event, and it was the greatest experience of our life. There wasn't a single other rapper there. There was, so every single person that was there, I ended up giving all the chains I was wearing away and all the, you know, and we were paid for it, because when you cross platform, you get paid instead of having to sell tickets yourself and pay for stuff yourself. You cross platform, you get paid for it. Like, you know, Anthony Rogers was doing some podcasting or something at one of these movie theaters. I'm not sure which one it is, but he's also
Anderson,
he brought an artist up there one time and was singing songs and stuff like that, and that changes the event. It makes it bigger.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Too, you know, also the agenda of the club owner, like they're bringing in demographics for what they've been doing for years. So like,
but they're just making money off the artists, you know.
To change that,
they're not really making
numbers, like, don't you think?
They're making money off the artists. They're not making. They're not making any, and they could make a lot more. They can,
though.
They can make a lot more, and the artists could be making money too. Is all I'm getting at with that one. So, but you got to cross-platform.
Cross-platform.
You have to, for example, because
he's been saying, I've been trying to figure out, is he cross-marketing, like cross-platform?
Platform. I'm saying like a platform.
Sharing it.
Yeah, so like the comedian market should share with the music market.
Like
the market should share with, you know.
Should share
their platforms.
On their reels and stuff, because they got 60,000.
I'm not talking about just their media. I'm talking about like in person.
Oh, in person.
For example,
that'd be cool too.
Dustin Diggs was doing it for a long time. He was bringing musicians and stuff in here, and he was letting them show off their music. And with Zoe Vanguard was doing it.
That's the fun part. That's what makes it.
And
grow.
people really did enjoy that stuff. So,
absolutely.
But to do it like a live event, like out there, like at Pops or something, I would say like do a comedy show, but then bring in a couple hip hop artist acts that deserve that. You know what I mean? That spot, and let them perform.
But that's when we come to the whys we were talking about earlier. Why should we pick those type of artists? Why should we pick artists for that?
So they can get exposure.
Yeah, but there's more deeper that I think there's an underlining. Like, there's an underlining.
So they're not rapping in front of their peers of rappers. They're not singing in front of their exposure. They want that exposure. Like I say, stop performing at Pops or anything like that. My personal opinion, and start performing in places where you're going to be remembered in the morning. And you go to the bar, people are drunk, they're trashed. They're not going to remember you the next day. You know, you go someplace, you. I'm not just trying to push people to church, but you go to church and perform, people are going to remember you the next day, and they'll buy your music religiously.
Or you could do like what Atlanta's doing,
you know,
or some other Nashville, if we're talking about foundation and laying that down for the artist.
Or go to country shows and bring a hip hop act. That's why Jelly Roll's doing so good, is because he was trap rapper doing semi borderline country music now, and that mixed market is what makes that good.
And MGK did that.
You're gathering,
and it was a success.
Exactly. Nelly did it, and it was a success.
It was a success for Nelly.
But they won't stay on that train because they're conditioned to be these gangster rappers, or they're conditioned to.
Heads.
they're conditioned, right? That's how they are. That's their style. That's their swag. But a real artist can switch genres. You know what I mean? In real artistry, they can switch genres, and they do. And the ones that do that, you see them on a bigger platforms, and that's because they're crossing platforms, country and hip hop together.
Conglomerates and stuff.
Rock and Korn did it with Ice Cube. You know what I mean? Or Ice-T. Like, yeah. So they cross those platforms, and to be even more about it, it's like there's a white market and then there's a black market. Straight up. Yes. And so when you incorporate them together, then you create a superstar. Right. You know what I mean? You get an Oreo cookie, you know? Right. So if you're not capable of doing that, then you're only marketing over here. So the same with secular and Christian music. That's what Jelly Roll did. He took secular music and he took it into religious music, and he made a Oreo cookie. Now, on my personal opinion, God says you can't lean against the fence. He's going to spit you out if you're lukewarm. So, if you're behind the scenes still doing coke and eating your boogers at Jake Paul events and stuff like that behind the president, you're gonna be exposed for what's going on. However, if you're trying to push Christian music, you can't you have to pick one or the other in that specific lane. However, you can create some fan base just by incorporating the real gangster street life into your music.
I've done that.
You know what I mean?
I've done that all day. All through the last 3 years, I incorporated. I do country music now. I do R&B. But are people connecting to me for that? No, they're connecting because I feel like short form. I go back to short form. Short form is going to be short form already.
For you, yes, you're right. Short form works really good for you.
Big time. I'm getting followers.
But if someone's in the car and they want to listen to a full song, they want to listen to their favorite artist, they're not listening to short form.
Yeah,
they're listening to
foundation growing from short form and then into their more of their career.
Maybe
emerging. It's just upcoming, emerging.
Yeah,
there's only a few.
I understand. I get that, but like short form's more like TikTok users, and for social media stuff. Like I'm talking about like artists that are like going full out and have 4 or 5 minute songs, right? And are putting a lot of passion into what they're doing. A lot of passion, and they're creating albums, and they're still creating albums, digital albums even. But that music is on the internet. That music is also on their radios when you're driving around in your car. And those are the artists I'm talking about. Is the ones that are making music for the car.
Curators, playlists, and then then after that, it's really I feel like it's for the usage. Then goes free.
Hi.
Oh shit!
What's up, Keenan? Keenan made it.
Man.
That's good.
What's up, buddy? Canberra's football.
Gosh, wow.
Yep, fully pumped.
Look at this guy, man.
It's fanny pack.
He got like a whole hockey thing going on. I got the football thing.
Man, we're good.
You're gonna have to readjust your camera, Keenan. All right, Keenan Sargent's here, folks.
Finally. All
right.
Came back from the toy show.
Yep. How y'all doing?
What's a toy show?
Basically, the guy that runs it, he been running for over 35 years. Next year, people come over. They have like vendors of like all these toys, movie posters, and whatever. And so, it's been going on for a long time. And I know the guy that runs it, because I'm one of the spokespersons. It's a really good show. Me and Court Big Lou, we were doing our thing. His son, they were both excited about a lot of great toys from back in the day when we were just young and immature. But how you doing, JC? It's definitely great to see you here, man.
It is. It was a great 2-hour flight.
Oh damn!
It was kind of small, but it was worth it.
Right.
I was stuck in the middle of some guy. Hopefully he's not watching this right now.
I don't know if he's watching it. He's a fan. That's how you create a fan base here. Yeah. You gotta love your haters. I keep saying this. Love the haters, y'all. Jeez. But no, how you been though, for real, man?
Man, family's great. Music's great. Foundation's getting there, better. Finding a place that can, I don't know, man, just silence over here. I'm trying to feel this. Like you bring star power.
Thank you.
You just did a project for Keenan, though. You did something with his like rewind reels or whatever.
I think I don't.
Well, I know you did like a lot of edits over time, like from like podcasts and also just regular video. Because I seen some. I know you sent me a few.
I did
a while back too. I'm like, oh man, this guy, you know how to edit, man. I like that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You guys are better than I am, but I'm seeing your posts more than the Artists United Network posts.
I mean, I just post whenever I can because I do a whole like. Speaking of which, I got a show coming up this weekend. It's the Young LA Hideout by Hooligans Entertainment. I probably said the name wrong either way. That's going to be this Saturday. I'm going to be hosting that. I just got done hosting at Red Flag for the first time. I've been Red Flag. I've been on stage for other occasions. So I got that down. And then the 28th, I got a comedy and burlesque show. And then next year is going to be whole new ball game.
We were actually just talking about you and how you're using your cross platform. You're using your interviewing skills on all these other platforms and stuff, and how that's growing you massively and quickly. You're doing a phenomenal job.
Well, I think because Matt just went to the bathroom. I think the amazing part about that, and it kind of put it for everyone else in between. Everyone has a learning like skill, and I think when you really do it so much, it's kind of like when you play sports. When you get better at it, then you're making home runs, scoring touchdowns, slam dunks, whatever. But with stuff like this, it's how you're gonna be direct with your guests, how you're gonna be more, direct with like the crowd, and so people like Matt, AG, you, and other great people within the group and outside the group. I learn from them, and I kind of just see how they really mold all that into one, and then bam. So it's always fun to kind of be engaged to a lot of projects and collaborate with like so many people around here.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing, to see the success over the last 3 years with Dustin Diggs and what he's done with the Artists United.
You've been a huge help, JC. Don't sell yourself short. You've been a huge help with the success of.
Yeah.
Super.
You've been better asset than John.
One thing I want to say right now, like every time, like when it comes to podcasts, more like we see Dustin with like a sweater or just a t-shirt, but like you got like the whole suit and the scarf and the chain, like you're pimped out.
I dressed up nice for JC.
He got that Jag. Is that a Jag or that's a tiger?
It's a Temu special. That's what
Mizzou.
Look at that. That's I like that color.
It's a Mizzou Tiger. He's captain, y'all.
Man, he's wearing cool stuff. I'm just wearing this.
Well, you got your fanny pack on. I remember you wearing those in 1990.
I actually had the one that was like I had like the one where it was like the bright colors. You remember those fanny packs were like the really bright colors?
What the fuck do you put in that fanny pack?
So it's my wallet and my phone. These I don't have pockets, so I wear one of these.
Well, what it does is it covers up his bulge, so when he looks at some girl at the cartoon,
I mean, sometimes it sticks out.
He sees those Barbie dolls. He doesn't show his boner.
This guy.
I put other stuff in there too. Wink, wink. Didn't you have a fanny pack when you was young?
Yeah, 1990. I sure did.
Hey, I was 92. All I had was a backpack and a lunchbox.
Ninja Turtles one back in the day.
I had the high color ones.
I would take an Artists United fanny pack any day.
Get like an all black bag with the logo on it.
Yeah.
Like okay. What would be better, a black bag or a gray bag, like a charcoal bag?
A charcoal gray with
the highlight blue.
Yeah, like you should see my. I didn't make it. I just took a sticker, put it on my backpack, and it looks nice.
See, I keep telling them like we can make products, and it would definitely sell. I think one idea I had was I think it was underwear or socks. Or some A1 socks or something.
Probably underwear would be kind of cool.
I want to get Mr. Clayton to float me alone. I want to get all kinds of shit.
Or some like A1 condoms too.
Yeah.
Speaking of brands, yeah. JC brought something for Matt.
Yeah. Oh, that was my first shirt that I've ever made. Oh well, it's the second shirt. Honestly, that was the first one was a failure. So, but
is this full on?
Oh, there you go. No, you can show it there. It's fine.
Yeah, just with just simple.
Oh, there it is.
You can lay on the
just a simple radio sign and an on-set podcast. So
on-set podcast with JC on set.
Oh yeah,
yeah, very nice.
With a dollar sign now.
Beautiful. It's a size large.
Oh yeah, with the $sign, you're gonna hear that.
Yeah, you've been kind of swole lately, man. What's been going on here?
working out a little bit, but I'm 44, so it doesn't fucking show up much. But not like it was when I was your age. I could work out and I'd be like ripped.
Yeah.
No, but I'll try to fit into that one day. So
I mean, it's a large.
You just wear it with the
I
gym
have-
and look
I
even
have-
more buff.
I have bitch tits, so maybe
We all-
if I
don't we
tape
all got
maybe,
some of that?
Maybe if I tape them down with duct tape, maybe that shirt would look nice.
Got like those breast binders or whatever, like chest binders.
Yes, I actually got a shirt that does that shit.
God damn.
Supposedly takes the shirt size down.
I get you like a freaking one of those like little muscle shirts or like a muscle like compression shirts or whatever.
Yeah, it reminds me. I want to do that. So my muscles, I've been pulling my muscles doing working out, but so there's this shot.
Oh, that
thing,
stings.
And I want to stick them on your butt cheek. I'll pay you money.
Like legit?
Yeah, on your butt cheek and see if it.
Are we gonna staple?
I mean,
it
that's
there?
not. I mean, it's not gonna really do anything.
What?
It's,
Yeah, we could
This
use
is
it.
twisted.
it's one thing you put on your face, it
Staples.
hurts. But yeah, that's
Go and
I'll do
staple
it. Shit.
Jackass.
You'll do it.
Remember?
All right, hold on. We'll do it now. Fuck it.
Wait, no.
Oh, we got to see Keenan's butt today.
No, we can do it. We can do it on my pants.
Epic podcast.
No, it's gonna go through the
Hey, I mean,
pants.
I'll let him
Yeah.
tackle me.
I mean, I'm wearing thick layers, but it'll work.
Yeah, he's gonna keep his fucking pants on you.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean,
Like you actually got it now. Hold up. Wait,
Let's
you actually
go.
have it right now.
Let's go.
yeah,
right
let's
on
do
the
something
spot.
fun. Let's do something fun for JC. We'll make
Oh.
a video. Get your camera out. So you can...
Oh, so we're going back there.
No, we'll do it right here.
See, okay, so I'm not gonna lie. Like I see.
Are you live over there?
I think so. Yep.
No,
Oh,
no,
oh.
no.
No, because I actually remember.
Do you want me to film this for you?
I had a few people. I had a few people that did that during like football tryouts or whatever. Because yeah, I get it, but like I seen a video where some guy he puts on his face and like he's kind of like just doing all that, and he just really squirms. I can kind of.
Here we go.
Let's try the face first.
Oh my god, it's gonna sting, man.
Oh.
Especially when it's like high.
Hold on.
Oh my god, it's gonna sting.
Keep on two. Why? Zoom in on with that camera on Keenan's face here, if you don't mind.
Oh my god, it's gonna sting.
We'll get it all. Oh my god.
For Jason.
And these things come off too.
For Jason.
If you put it on my face, it's gonna be extra.
We're not gonna go hard. We're not gonna go hard with it.
I think because I forgot how high these things go, anyways.
Well, I can only go up to 2 on my shoulders because they'll kill me. But
Put that.
Oh my god.
you got.
Yeah, oh my god.
You gotta go to
You're
one.
really skinny.
No, it's not even that. It's like the thing's not even on here. It's not on here.
It'll work. Just stick it to your face.
God damn. Hang on.
Let's see.
This is gonna be. It's not gonna stick.
Can we hit the one?
Have you used this already? Have you used this already?
There we go.
Zoom in on Keenan's face. Just on my testicles. Nothing too serious.
Okay.
I'm gonna test these.
He has to.
Watch it now.
Oh my god.
See if you feel it. Tell me when you feel it.
Oh no.
1 or 2.
Hey, wait.
You ready?
Go one first.
Feel it? You don't feel it yet?
He doesn't feel it.
Oh. There you go.
Oh no.
Try to keep.
You know it's shocking.
That's not what it does to my shoulder. My whole body.
No, I felt it though.
Oh my god.
It takes time to kind of like sink it in, but it's like, man,
All right, let's try your neck.
oh my god.
Oh, that neck. Right on his.
Did you charge it?
It's charged.
Oh, put it on one again.
It's me.
If I get like a blood spasm.
No.
All right, ready? Here we go. Get on Keenan's face.
It took that for. It took the one throw. I'm like, nope.
I think JC wants some too.
What was that set on one?
You gotta show JC that.
Oh, was that set on one?
Alright, let's go. I'll do it.
All right, put this on. Here, go ahead.
You got to hold these things. These
You
are.
gotta show JC that we don't play around. It's real around here.
This is real.
See you're doing like 2. He's doing 2, so it's like shit.
All right, here we go. Look in the camera. Zoom in on JC's face here.
Yeah, get that throat ready. No Diddy.
Oh! Oh!
That is so weird,
Oh my
man.
god, how does it do that?
All
It's that shock, man. It's so scary. Like on the cheek it's fine. But it's like that third was like,
Because there's more fat, I guess, on the cheek or whatever.
Yeah, it's more delicate on here.
How'd it feel though?
It feels like something coming up my neck, and my ears are all
And you
tingling.
felt like a throb right here.
Yeah, and it's
I was like,
You gotta sign a release before you leave. You won't sue me.
Are we not doing my
You
butt?
gotta do the release after he's did it
I
already.
don't know if we can do it through the pants.
I mean,
I don't know.
because I think it has to go with
Do you
skin.
have you have boxers on?
I got boxers, leggings, and this. So
He wants it.
I mean,
All right, fuck it, we're doing.
I'm going for the
Take
I'm
your leggings on. Keep your boxers on.
I'm going for the money here. Screw that noise.
All right, well, you get your lunch. I'm buying your lunch for this.
I feel like everyone else is in their own world but JC.
Yeah. God.
He just got shot.
I did.
This is when people have like
You
the
got
sore
pants
muscles.
under there? Because
All right, pull those pants down.
Yeah, this
There
belt
we
is so
go.
weird to take off.
Yeah, you're zoomed on his crotch. Zoom off his crotch, please.
I'm
they're not
even
gonna
cut
they're not
either.
gonna cancel that. Like they can't cancel
Boy,
us.
something could pop out or something. Be careful.
I don't know about that.
Am I right?
Oh, he got
Goddamn,
multiple.
how are you, well, hold on, you got one more. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Chili peppers. Oh my god, this is gonna sting.
Yo,
This is gonna feel so weird. Hey, I put it like.
No, it's good.
this is that'll work. I mean,
Tell me.
You got
just
it?
hopefully he
You got
don't
a shot?
poop himself.
Hey, wait. Oh god.
At one.
Hot sauce.
Will his butt cheeks like twitch?
Yeah, they should twitch. They not twitching?
Hang on.
Oh, it's I see it's moving.
Why is his butt so jiggly?
Because I eat.
You didn't feel it?
It's like jelly.
Jiggly butt.
The wire's moving. How you going? Jesus Christ!
I went all the way up the tail. Let's see if
Oh Jesus Christ! Gee, I felt something. I mean, it didn't feel alive. It's like, man,
Well, hold on. We got to do the...
then you gotta put this on your muscles and stuff. You're gonna have some Keenan boot like butt sweat.
It's on. It's not even on.
It is on.
He's gonna have the swamp ass.
I turned it off. Okay, go ahead. Put it on your stomach. Let's see if it even works.
Oh,
Let's work out these abs.
you got to, man. You gotta. You're playing football and all that.
Hold on, you can't go. Don't go too close to the heart here. Go down here.
Yeah, he hadn't signed a waiver yet.
Here we go. Here we go. All right, tell me when you feel it. Let's see if it jiggles. Try to keep your stomach tight. Try to keep it tight. You're at 6.
Yeah. Oh,
You go
my
two
God.
more.
Oh, I seen it. Oh, I bet that hurt. That hurt. He's got like 10.
That was
Does it burn?
no, it doesn't burn. It's just like that repeated that pulse.
Yeah.
Woo.
Wow.
Again, I gotta feel sore to feel better on
Oh,
that man.
Wow.
That
Oh,
you put that where on your shoulders?
yeah, on my chest, on my back sometimes. I don't care. I'll wipe it
Yeah,
off.
man, that's just I haven't did that in a while.
More girls that touched your
I
butt.
seen the last shocking one. What was that one?
dog collar one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that right there was even worse.
I couldn't. I couldn't.
The
do
highest
that.
on that shit was like 16.
All right, well, guys, thank you guys for watching the Daily Dose with Dustin Diggs. Check us out. We're going to be doing a lot of shows next year. I'm going to be rebuilding the set probably. One of the main things I think about doing. But the big thing is I'm going to be doing the show called The Late Night Diggs, and that's going to be
Good start.
it's going to be a lot of comedy skits and a lot of different fun in the field stuff. You'll see Keenan, John, AG, Ben, Giles. You'll see all the good all the AU
Comedy
and
work.
core people, but definitely check that show out. So we will be back later next year, but thank you, JC, for being on the show. It's great to finally meet you. I didn't realize you're so tall.
Oh, yeah.
He's a growing boy.
Yeah.
Short, scrawny kid, but actually he's a tall guy. Yeah.
Oh man.
So thank you guys for watching, and we're out.
The Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs.